EVO 2025 has concluded, and besides the tournament results, we get to talk about the new Armor King trailer. It's hard to say what hasn't been said before. I mean, this design is absolutely boss, and opening with the forward neutral 2 into stance is the most Tekken 8 thing inimaginable. So you already know how it's gonna go, right? He's got stances now. Looks like it's only one new stance, and at least from the trailer, it only showed it transitioning on hit. But we did see low, we saw multiple mids, and we saw a high throughout the trailer. On Steve, we see a parry, perhaps that's a punch parry. And on Yoshimitsu, Armor King looks like he does like a high unblockable that gives a guaranteed throw. I'm only guessing that because he does that on Yoshimitsu, who also has a very similar move. But yeah, Armor King is coming with the sauce. He's coming with all these flame moves, the mist moves. He's got the flaming dark upper now. He's harnessing the darkness flame. And the fight intro with King, amazing, right? Exchanging blows in true like pro wrestling fashion. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that rage art though. He gets pressed into the ropes explode, then there's like a freaking portal that appears, and then before he slams back down. But hey, I'm all here for the theatrics, and I especially love the table, just putting the opponent through the table in his outro. I don't know why I love it so much, but it just screams that wrestling energy, and Armor King really embodies that heel wrestler so much in this game, and yeah, it looks awesome. So I hope everyone is ready for Armor King, because with DLC characters, they've been popular, when they're first released, and then after a while you don't really get to see them. But with Armor King, nope. You will see Armor King for the rest of Tekken 8. In Tekken 7, dude stayed as one of the most widely used characters since release. And I wonder if the new original character will have as much staying power. So we also get a reveal of Miary Zo from Madagascar. Many Tekken fans have been asking for a legit African fighter, and now we finally have one, right? And the Madagascar stage, the stage looks absolutely beautiful. The fact that this is a character that Tekken fans have actually wanted for a long time is being overshadowed by her design being, let's just say, I wasn't blown away by her reveal, right? I might have had too high of expectations, thinking that the last character of the season, that they were going to make a big impression. She was going to be the Clive of season 2. And, I was personally thinking it was going to be like Devil Reina or someone, right? Someone that has a very big, like, stature to be the capstone of the season. So when Miary Zo when she was revealed, I was like, oh, okay, right? And that was it. There has been a lot of criticism towards her, drawing comparisons to Josie, Azuzena, Christy, Katarina, because of her tan skin and her clothes, which reveal a lot of that skin. And starting in Tekken 7, many character models changed when the Tekken team went to Unreal Engine, and among these changes are all the female characters getting these like wide-eyed, doll-like faces. And that continued into Tekken 8, and that's seen here with Miary Zo. It shouldn't be a surprise that it would apply to Miary Zo, and I apologize for butchering the name over and over again, but I'm going to keep trying. But I can see why she doesn't fit what people pictured for Tekken's first ever African fighter. And I'll admit that personally, her design doesn't do much for me as well. That said, I do appreciate how the Tekken team goes to these countries for research into people, the history, and their culture to put in the details that those people can really see, even though it might go over the heads of someone like me. What I also find more interesting are the details about what her character could be. Her fighting style of incorporating animals into her attacks sounds interesting. And I wonder if it's going to be like a single animal, right? Like I'm thinking like Eileen from Virtua Fighter with like the monkey style, or maybe she incorporates multiple animals, maybe like Lei Wulong. Like think of like Lei Wulong, but for African animals from Madagascar, like lemurs, tenrecs, mongoose, that would actually be really cool. Let me know what you think of something like that. But people are also suspecting that she has some relation to Ogre, which really gets me excited. Harada's tweet about her and her red eyes, being connected to Tekken history, that's cryptic enough on its own. But with the emphasis in her trailer on her anklets and her bracelets, and especially the symbol matching the pattern on Ogre, the link is looking pretty real. Ogre is one of my favorite boss characters of the series, so him being brought back in some capacity, like that would be hype. True Ogre itself was a chimera displaying different animals and styles, and perhaps Miary Zo would do the same through her fighting style. There could be a lot of symbolism there. And as neat as a detail that could be, for me, what matters most is how that will be incorporated for the character. Like, I need her to have some ogre moves, turn green in heat, like something in the game where you look at it and go, yep, that's freaking ogre, right? Undeniably. Otherwise, what's the point? She could be revealed as the literal reincarnation of ogre in a tweet or a bio, but if otherwise she's just a regular upbeat girl in the game, then that revelation doesn't amount to much, at least to me. What I fear for Miary Zo is that her character only amounts to what she represents, that she is just the Madagascar character. Someone that doesn't get any real connection to Tekken's cast or story and ultimately gets disposed of in the next game. So going back, when players see her reveal with a fairly generic design, at least from the surface, I think they have a very similar fear in part. But I really hope that that's not the case. I hope she's a very interesting character, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more of her. Her fighting style, her story, everything, And I'll be seeing more of Armor King when he rolls around in October. So yeah, in the meantime, I'll read everyone's opinions on Armor King and Miary Zo, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.